how's everyone doing today? It's Wednesday, and I'm going to talk to you today for a few minutes about using our oils and what's the proper way to use them on our babies and our children, and if we can even use them on our babies and our children. So, those who don't know me, I have 4 children. My oldest will be 18 this year, and my youngest is 1. And my kids have all grown up using Young Living. And so if they have had any ailment over the years, or bumps and bruises, or scrapes, or belly aches, whatever, they've always have just asked for their oils. So this is kind of, it's not just a business that I do. It's truly has been a way of life for almost 2 decades. So I do have a lot of experience, and that being said, I'm not an encyclopedia. I still refer back to my books or ask my friends if there's some things that I have questions with. So I'm always learning, and but I do want to share some things that I do know about this. And I'm gonna say I had a little bit of trepidation about doing this because I know there's a good handful of you on here that do know me personally and have watched me oil my children over the years and are going to question some of the things that I'm saying versus perhaps what you've seen me done or seen me do. So in that case, I'm just asking that you just listen to what I'm saying, because I do have to stay compliant, and I feel comfortable with how I do oils, but I'm going to teach you the safety of what's good and what's recommended for you guys. So oils in general, yes, they are safe. For babies, so from babies I'm talking about 1 day old to 2 years old, there are some oils that you do want to be careful with. If things that contain menthol, like peppermint, those are things that you want to avoid because they can cause some respiratory distress in little ones. They can cause bronchial spasms. It's rare, it's not something that happens all the time, but it can happen. So we do want you to exercise caution when you're around those oils. Things like basil, juniper, eucalyptus, wintergreen, these are kind of the oils that I'm talking about. And it's important with them that you, with the other oils for this age group, that you always dilute with a carrier oil. And so for carrier oils, Young Living makes a V6. There's coconut oil, avocado oil, all kinds of oils. That's what I mean by a carrier oil. So I am not always great at using carrier oils, but I'm comfortable with doing that. I also don't apply, I always think about hot oils that I don't put, say, on my 1-year-old. Things like the peppermint or cinnamon, clove, those are things that are hot. But I will put thieves on the bottom of his feet. I will use a carrier oil and I'll rub the bottom of his feet. That's a really great place to put on the younger kids. And you just want to make sure, especially with the ones that are still touching their feet, touching their mouths and their ears and their eyes and all of that, put some socks on over that. That's what I will do, so that they're not getting those, hurting their eyes and that kind of thing. For the older kids, like 2 to 5, like I said, you're just going to want to make sure that you still use a carrier oil. And it's typically like a 1:30 ratio. It kind of varies. You can look up different things. That's a good, I can't tell you what my ratio is because I don't really have a specific one. I'm kind of more general. But they're your babies, they're your children. You need to do what you're comfortable with. That's what's most important. And using a carrier oil is always good. It kind of also helps if those kids have like sensitive skin. That carrier oil helps kind of soothe that out a little bit, so there won't be any kind of reactions if it is a little bit of a hotter oil. But the oils are safe. So 18 years ago, 12 years ago, Young Living didn't have their own kid scent oils, so we just always had to be mindful of making sure that we use a carrier oil. Then a few years ago, they came out with their kid scent oils, and these are great oils. They recommend them for ages 2 to 5 or 2 to 12. That being said, yes, I've used these on younger than 2. we can talk about that at another time. But so these oils were made, like I said, a little bit gentler. I don't have all of them. I only grabbed a few. My apologies. But you don't have to dilute these. So these, like I said, were made for little ones. They have tummy jives, which is really good for supporting stomach issues. Aoi, which I use a lot on bumps and bruises and that kind of thing. You know, they're always falling out of something, or, you know, I have 3 boys, so trouble is always happening at some point during the day. But my other favorite, and as you can see, it's a well loved on oil, is Sniffle Ease. And I will, well, put this on the bottom of their feet. I rub this right on their nose, to their backs, their chests. This is a really good oil. And then the other one that I happen to have out here is the Genius. And this is really good, like homework time for ones that need help focusing, sensory issues, that kind of thing. This is really good. And it comes with a few more. I know one of them is the Sleepy Eyes, I think is one of them. So there's good oils. And you can also, if you don't want to put an oil on your baby, feel free to, you know, go right back to aromatherapy. Put it in your diffuser and, you know, run it in the room that they're in for a few minutes at a time. If you're not comfortable with putting them on your baby, you can have them smell them. So there's always different ways to go about instead of applying it topically to your young ones. There are a list of oils. Like I said, the hot oils, just become familiar what they are, or if you have an oil and you're not sure if it's okay to use or not, please just feel free to message me or ask questions or ask your immediate upline, and they can come to me if they don't know. Now, yes, I do have a lot of information in my brain, but I have tons of reference guides and books and whatnot. And one of my absolute favorite books is Gentle Babies, which I know this is probably backwards, by Deborah Rayburn. It's like 120 pages. This I used the last pregnancy that I had, right from the whole pregnancy all the way through. After I had a water birth, and after I got out of the tub, when we got into the bed, we applied frankincense on them. And so the oils are safe, but this book is really good. Sorry, I got sidetracked on that. And anybody who has kids, you don't necessarily have to be pregnant. You know, you can have some little ones, because it lists all different kinds of things that I'm not allowed to talk about because it's not compliant, if that makes sense. But she talks about the wellness chest, and there's different testimonies and different ailments in here and different oils that you can use them for. So this is really good for the kids. And like I said, it's called Gentle Babies. You can get it, I think her website is Growing Healthy Homes, and I think she has a like a digital book too. I think you can get this on, but I like to highlight and write and do that kind of thing, so I need to have my book in my hands. But for the month of June, if you place a 100 PV order or more for the month of June, I'm actually going to send you out this book, because I just think everybody with kids, it's important, or if you have grandbabies that you're using it on, it's just such a great information that you can have right on you if you have any quick questions. So if you spend, like I said, 100 PV for the month of June, I will send this out to you at the end of the month. In a few weeks, I'm actually going to Utah to the Young Living Convention, and I'm super excited about that. So next week we will have our regular Wednesday video, and then the week after that I will probably do something quick on Wednesday, but I'm going to do some live videos later in the week, because on that Saturday, the 25th I believe, I'm actually going to be at one of the lavender farms. So I'm kind of excited, and I want to kind of do a video so you guys can see, like, hey, you know, this is one of my farms, and it's pretty cool. I'm super excited. I'm going to take lots of notes. There's going to be new stuff that's coming out, so that'll be in a few weeks, and then we'll get back to our normal Wednesdays after that. But that's what's coming up, like I said, in a few weeks. And if you guys have any questions about anything else that I didn't talk about today, just send me a message or contact your upline and let me know, and I will hear from you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.